This past weekend saw an eventful homecoming with sports. The Prosper football team kept their district win alive Friday night, taking opponent McKinney North at the Eagle Stadium. Volleyball was also in action at home against McKinney North.
Eagle Production Group traveled over 1,500 miles to New York City for the All-American High School Film Festival. Later in the show, Lexi Cureton has the results of the festival, as well as the Prosper High School students who even made it as national finalists.
The third and final presidential debate is running tomorrow night at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. The debate's format will be identical to the September's debate. Later in the show, political reporter Mark Werner dives into the details.
Eagle Nation News starts right now.
Good morning, Prosper High School. Today is Tuesday, October 18th, and I'm Luke Cordy.
And I'm Sola Kantai. Here are today's top stories. This year's students in the National Merit Scholarship Program is bigger than it has ever been in Prosper. Finalists are Svashka Iyengar, Alexis Vu, and Aaron Hendricks. Commended students are Allie Alford, Hannah Anderson, Aubrey Davenport, Megan Davis, Ben Grau, Alex Howe, Bryden Jones, Elliot Mayer, Richard Wen, and Luke Tucker. Over 34,000 students were recognized as commended students and 16,000 as semifinalists, 3 coming from Prosper High School.
Friday night, the football team took on district opponent McKinney North in the homecoming game. And then on Saturday night was the homecoming at Prosper High School. Students filled in the cafeteria dressed to impress and ready to dance. Ethan Burden has all the social media buzz from the weekend coming up later in the show.
The Prosper High School Theater Department is debuting their play, These Shining Lives, next month. The play is based on a true story about 4 Illinois women working in a watch factory and the dangers they faced in the 1920s. Tickets are $5 or $10 at the door on November 3rd through the 5th.
New York City was the place to be for this year's American High School Film Festival. Prosper High School's very own Eagle Production Group attended the festival that took place from October 3rd through the 8th.
That's right, Luke, and a couple EPG members even took home the honors of being a national finalist at the competition. Here with more of those results and a recap of the convention is Lexi Cureton.
For the last 3 years, the Eagle Production Group has been traveling to New York for the All-American High School Film Festival.
Some people submitted videos beforehand just to be judged, but then the thing we did, the invitational, was we had to film a film about cyberbullying.
They split into 2 teams of 15 and produced 2 short films, both centered around cyberbullying, and filmed in Brooklyn and Central Park.
I learned how to work better as a team, and like how you can just use different styles of filmmaking throughout the whole trip. Like we had to use different things we've never had to do before and improvise when things went wrong and all that stuff.
I learned definitely time management skills because we kind of ran out of time. How to direct like professional actors because we used professional instead of just students like we usually do.
I believe Kristen Stewart was one of the judges there. Brittany Snow from Pitch Perfect I know was also there. There was a huge line of directors and cinematographers. There was a lot of judges, so you had a lot of people looking at our films and looking at other people's films.
Well, I hope that knocks some sense into you.
The film festival left a positive impact on the 2, and they hope to continue their film career in the future.
I mean, it can affect your filming experience as in it was more professional, and we worked as it was more team-based when you have when we're used to working here at home and we're trying to work together here and we have more resources here. When you don't know New York because you live here and it's hard to, but it was definitely a different experience because you get to work on a new field and what it'd be like to go somewhere and film instead of just staying here.
My group was really awesome. We didn't really know each other at first, but we got really good with each other. And so even though we didn't win anything, it was a super fun time. Shout out to team.jpg.
For Eagle Nation News, I'm Lexi Cureton.
After this break, Mark Werner has what to expect during tomorrow night's presidential debate.
Open study skills sessions begin October 26th during Eagle Time in the counseling office. First come, first serve. There are only going to be 15 slots available each week, so sign up early. ITS Troop 6800 meets Wednesday, October 19th at 4 in room 1165. First Priority meets Wednesday, October 26th at 7:45 a.m. in the auditorium. Everyone is welcome.
With a third and final presidential debate set for tomorrow evening, political correspondent Mark Werner has poll predictions and some insight into tomorrow night's event.
I think it is very important for us to make clear to our children that our country really is great because we're good.
In this year's election, a lot of attention has been put on the presidential debates, which have been some of the most watched political television events in history.
But I'm not surprised. In the first debate...
In the first presidential debate, the candidates clashed over economic issues, with Hillary Clinton accusing Donald Trump of promoting a type of economic policy that she dubbed trumped-up trickle-down economics, which favors tax cuts for the very wealthy, which would further income inequality. Trump pushed back by arguing that these tax cuts would actually help businesses to expand and grow the economy. The candidates also argued over criminal justice policy, with Trump saying that he wanted to return to policies like stop and frisk that allow the police to search people on the street without a warrant. Clinton instead said that she wanted to reduce the sentences for many nonviolent offenders, something that criminal justice reform advocates have wanted for years. In the second presidential debate, much of the attention was placed on the scandals afflicting both campaigns, with Clinton focusing on the recently released audio recording where Trump was caught bragging about past sexual assault against women with television anchor Billy Bush. Trump responded by pivoting to a discussion of Bill Clinton's impeachment scandals from the 1990s, as well as the ongoing email controversy that Hillary Clinton has been involved in. Overall, the intense atmosphere in these two contests sets up a potentially game-changing showdown tomorrow in the third debate. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Mark Werner.
And now with your daily social media buzz, here's Ethan Burden.
Good morning, I'm Ethan Burden, and welcome back to school after yesterday's unexpected half day. Well, half day for some of us at least. Now, before I get into my homecoming recap, let's talk about this week's schedule. Tomorrow will be practice PSAT. Thursday, we have the Pink Out Pep Rally and Catch for Cancer winners. And finally, we have Friday with no school, but the football team will be playing that night. Moving on to my homecoming recap, I asked you to submit photos using the hashtag PHSHoCoke2K16. There are many submissions and I can't fit everyone into just about 30 seconds. So first we'll start off with a submission from @Youngstone_23 and his group. Next we have a picture of @It'sCaitlin with her and her friend. And finally we end with a submission from @FrancisF Noriega and @ThatGirl_Kayla. Well, that's all the time I have for you today. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter @EagleNationNews. I'm Ethan Burden, and today is National Chocolate Cupcake Day.
After the commercial break, Hannah Dennis will have your 3-day forecast.
If you are interested in being an actor/actress for the Eagle Production Group films, please use this URL or QR code on the screen. They can also be found in the production hallway or theater hallway. Fill out this form with your full name, age, and contact information.
Welcome back, Eagle Nation. We sadly reach into the 90s for a couple of days, but we'll cool down back into the 70s by the end of this week. Between yesterday and today, we have come close to breaking the record high for these days, which was around 95 degrees. This weekend, it looks like it'll be a fall-like weekend if the cold front comes through tomorrow night. Today, the high reaches 90, which is not too terribly hot, but humidity will make it feel warmer than just 90. We will also get wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour, making it another windy day here in North Texas. Tomorrow the high will reach up to 91, which is not much warmer than yesterday, but it will be more humid than today because we have a 10% chance of rain during the day and 70% chance of rain over tomorrow night when the cold front starts to move through. Thursday will finally cool down with the high being 74. We have a 30% chance of rain, but hopefully that chance will go away by the afternoon. The wind gusts on Thursday will reach up to 30 miles per hour, making it the windiest day this week. The weekend should stay into the 70s, but Monday will go back up to the 80s as the temperatures slowly begin to rise back up. I'm Hannah Dennis, and these summer-like temperatures need to go away.
After the break, Abby Smith and Mackenzie Hamilton have a sports update.
The mock presidential debate takes place during 8th period. The cost is $2 to enter. You may ask your own questions or elect the next president for an additional $2. Only cash will be accepted. Spanish Honor Society meets Wednesday, October 19th, before or after school in room 1128. See Mr. Salas for more information. Prosper ISD presents Experience Dyslexia Simulation October 18th, 2016 at 6 o'clock at the Prosper ISD Administration Board room.
With last week being the homecoming game, a lot of pressure was on Prosper's undefeated in-district football team against rival McKinney North. Volleyball also worked to keep their win streak alive. Abby Smith and Mackenzie Hamilton are at the sports deck with those recaps, scores, and what to expect as fall sports ease into the playoffs.
Ladies?
Thank you. I'm Abby Smith.
And I'm Mackenzie Hamilton.
Last Friday was the highly anticipated homecoming football game, and the Eagles looked to stay ahead in the district by defeating McKinney North. The Eagles did not let the pressure of the game get to them, starting off the first quarter with 2 touchdowns and having the defense make multiple plays, including a stop in the red zone. The first score of the night belongs to Wayne Anderson, who had a 23-yard sprint through the Bulldogs' defense. McKinney North then responded with a field goal, but the Eagles weren't having it, as quarter Nathan Powder threw a 59-yard pass to Everett Jefferson for the Eagles' second touchdown. Powder and Jefferson kept the momentum going in the second quarter with another connection into the end zone. Wayne Anderson then rushed his way into the end zone and dove for his second touchdown for the night. Austin Lynn then ended off the half with a 3-yard jaunt to make the score 35-9. In the third quarter, Powder found Lynn this time for a 27-yard pass. The last score of the Eagles came from the kicker, Cade York, with a 34-yard field goal. York had a flawless game in PA attempts. The Bulldogs ended the third quarter off with their first touchdown of the night, but no action would come in the fourth quarter, and Prosper would keep their lead. The final score of the game was 45-16 Prosper. The Eagles' next game is on Friday against the Colony in Frisco at 7 o'clock. This is the biggest game of the year, and it will determine who will ultimately win the district. Good luck, boys.
The Eagle volleyball team also looked to remain undefeated in district last Friday night in their home arena.
In their matchup against McKinney North Friday night, the Lady Eagles kept their consistency and, yes, you guessed it, swept the Bulldogs in 3 sets. For the match, Haley Killinger had 14 kills, 11 digs, and 2 aces. Bailey Jeton had 11 kills and 8 digs. Sierra Heck had 12 kills and 14 digs. Abby Gargis had 39 assists and 8 digs. And Kylie Moat had 3 aces.
The volleyball team is still ranked first in 5A for the state of Texas and will start their exciting playoff run after they complete their final district game this Friday. Tonight is senior night and the game will be against Little Elm at home at 5:30.
Also, the swim team is competing in a meet. The first round of playoffs for the tennis team and the cross-country teams were running in district all as we speak.
And just in, the cross-country girls and boys teams just clinched their district title in their meet this morning. We will make sure to have all of these results and more next time.
That's all we have for you today for Eagle Nation Sports. I'm Abby Smith.
And I'm Mackenzie Hamilton.
Let's see what they have for us back at the desk.
Thank you, Abby and Mackenzie. Now on to some final announcements. Starting October 26th, open study skills sessions are available during Eagle Time in the counseling office. It is first come, first serve for only 15 slots.
ITS Troop 6800 meets tomorrow, October 19th at 4 o'clock in room 1165.
That's all we have for you on the show today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Luke Cordy.
And I'm Sola Cantai. Live long and prosper.